Hey, everybody, and welcome to another episode here at Tribal Trades, the stock show, coming at you weekly on Sunday, okay, from the great state of Florida. One hell of a drug. I want to welcome you to the channel wherever you are tuning in from around the world. Thanks for watching. Today, we're going to talk about the enormous 8. We've heard about the Magnificent 7, and we're going to look at the enormous 8 there and some stats and some other news in the week that was, gearing up for the elections in the United States of America. But before we do that and jump into the charts and look at our cheat sheet to see how all of our trades are going, I would appreciate if you, yes, you know what I'm going to say, if you're a regular watcher, smash the likes. This does help get this channel out to more people and does help support the channel. Certainly do appreciate all the kind, encouraging comments that people leave below and all the questions that get asked below in the comment section. I do look to get back to as soon as possible. And if you're looking for the cheat sheet, which I'm going to be referring to quite a bit today, it is in the description as the top link in the description of this video. And it has, as you can see, because we are going to be jumping into soon with all the stocks, we have all the stocks area. We certainly have on the cheat sheet different exchanges, airdrops, swing trades, crypto, resources, and free education, and so on. And of course it has, let's not forget, the if you're not part of the Discord, there's Discord VIP or Discord Charco University, the Stocks with Josh Discord, the most amazing Discord on the planet with just incredible people, and I'm in there every day interacting there, and so that's where you can also get signed up. It's also, those links for the Discord are also in the description below the cheat sheet link. Okay, we're going to jump into the week that was, and the week that was the enormous 8. The enormous 8. 10-year returns. Look at this astonishment here. Nvidia, Tesla, Netflix, Amazon, Microsoft, Apple, Meta, Google. Those are the enormous 8. So pretty much the Magnificent 7 plus 1. However, I don't trade one of those. One of those is not like the others. I pretty much replaced one of those with MicroStrategy and Coinbase, and for good reason. Certainly, I do feel those are going to be better bets at this time. So you won't find one of them in there, but you can see it would have been a great return over the last 10 years in all of these different stocks that we have there. I think the important thing is making sure that we lock in profits on the way up and that we're buying these red candles. More and more I talk to people who don't know how to time when to buy and when to sell. This is why I have the cheat sheet available, which gives, I feel, entries that I have that have been productive and rewarding, and then certainly take profit levels again that have been productive and rewarding. And we're going to look at some of those in a moment, so stay with us as we stick for the charts. Jeff Bezos of Amazon sold 16,354,620. I mean, oh my gosh, 3 billion. He basically sold 3 billion worth of Amazon today. Are they trying to tell us something here and give us a warning here? Certainly that's something that we should be considering and thinking about as we come up to the general election. Berkshire Hathaway's cash balance swells to a new record. Warren Buffett now has even more cash. I think it's record cash that now that they are sitting on there, because they have sold, looks like about 100 billion worth of Apple, 10 billion worth of BAC, and created the largest cash balance in company history with 325 billion. This particular Mike Investon, it's not Mike Investing, it's Mike Investon, bros. Largest recession ever incoming, according to him. What do you think? Do we have the largest recession incoming? If you do believe that, when do you think it will hit? How long will it last? How deep will it go? What are your thoughts on that? I'd love to hear that. All right, we're going to jump into the charts right now. And so first of all, we're going to look at the stocks, and we're going to look at the SPY. We're going to take a quick look at the SPY there. We've got a few to look at today. So let's jump in. We got in that one on the SPY at 538, 560. We haven't gotten up to our take profit level of 620 yet. We are at the 50-day moving average there. So this could be a place that you could enter the trade if you missed our SPY trade. Certainly make sure stop losses are put there in place, because if we do drop down harder, we could come back down to this area that we entered in at about 538 or a little bit lower at 534. That's where as deeper correction I could see us coming in the short term there anyway with the SPY, and certainly otherwise we're just waiting on the way up. Let's jump into Apple. We got entries at 195 there, as low as 195. Where are we looking at now on the Apple chart here? Certainly with the Apple chart, we've had a nice little run up to 235. So Apple has, and we're coming back down again, 235. And so we didn't quite get to our take profit level here. We're just being a little bit more patient there with Apple, not quite back in the buy zone there. For Amazon, we have 197. So that's had a nice bit of a jump up. We had our entries there back on Amazon at 180 to 185. So we snagged those entries. So we're waiting for 200 or even a 275 there for Amazon. We are coming into, well, actually we did hit that take profit level there for Amazon. So we have another one in the green there that has worked out magnificently. We are starting to fill in this board, and it's so satisfying seeing all these lower buy levels get filled and then seeing these take profit levels get filled to the upside there. Okay, as we jump into ASTS, certainly in the buy zone still. So we still have this one in the buy zone there. We are going to mark that as yellow as being in our buy zone. And certainly we can look at we've already had a take profit there at $40. So then we can move back and accumulate some more and look to take some more profit as we go up. Coinbase, I feel now, again, we are down at the 50-day moving average. There we're sitting right on top. We're under the 200 EMA on the daily. We have seen a death cross there when the 50 goes below the 200. I expect that we will see that turn around fairly sharply post-election, and we'll see this move back to the upside. So Coinbase is going to be in the buy zone. We have already been able to take profit at 220. So Coinbase right now is in the buy zone yet again. We're going to add the pink there because we just get so many bites of the cherry there, which is fantastic. So Coinbase right now is in the buy zone, and I did pick up some more there on Coinbase. And obviously, if you're doing the Coinbase leverage play there with Coinbase long, certainly there I did get asked about that, so I will cover this. Certainly, this would be front running the trade here. But certainly, if we had a further rejection here, then you'd want to get out if you reject the 50-day moving average as that comes up to retest. On a retest of that, and it looks like it's already had a little bit of rejection. So certainly there, for me, I would be looking at getting this trade on the break here of 26, a retest of 26, and you could actually ride this up to 34, 35, or even up to $42 for coin, CONL. For those listening, it's CONL is the ticker for that one there. So yeah, and then Google here gave you the entry. The tribal trade strikes again. What a beautiful entry when you have the 50-day moving average, the 200 and the 200 EMA, all pretty close together there in between 160 and 162. We actually got entries there at 165 up here just on the 23rd of September, and had further entries down here at the beginning of October, and then further entries here at the end of October. Last week, I gave that as an entry. It already jumped up to 182. So let's look at where we are with Google there. So we gave the entries at 165, and then we're very close to our take profit at 190. We're very close to being in the green for absolutely everything. We've absolutely smashed it on these stocks trades. If you followed these entries and then gotten out here at the green, you have done some significant profits, and we have had re-entries on multiple stocks here on Amazon, ASTS, Coinbase, Google, more entries. Microsoft have given us multiple entries, and on these other ones, we just had that one entry. Tesla, we've had 3 or 4 entries. Absolutely fantastic. We've had 4 take profits already there as we continue to crush these trades here with the cheat sheet there that is just bring winning trade after winning trade. Certainly here we then have the Meta trade at 567 currently. And so the Meta trade is, so of course Google now is no longer a buy because it's now at 185. It was a buy last Sunday. So we're losing and this is good. This is good because it means more and more of these are going to be green, and multiple buys on the table as well. So that's working out just perfectly. Meta, we came back here and we've got our take profit at 540. We do have re-entry at 460 to 500, so we're not really close to there. Although if you did miss the Meta trade, there is the 50-day moving average here at 556. You could jump in here on the Meta trade. But any drop to the downside, and what am I looking for? A drop to the downside. And if we come back and hit the 50-day moving average from underneath and we come up and we reject from there, that would be the place to exit the trade and look for better entries, which are down here around 500 and 490. This is fairly risky here, but certainly is an entry all the same, because you can see if you did get the entry down here, you could have rode that up fairly significantly. But of course, as you see, you have a break, and then it's unfortunately, that would be the time to get out of the trade and have a stop loss and then get back in the trade on the 50-day moving average. So you can trade it that way there. Certainly with Microsoft, 410, I believe that is still an entry. What happens if they vote to add Bitcoin to their balance sheet? This could absolutely crush it. This right now, trade, even though we're in the buy zone and it's okay place to end of the trade there at 400 and 420 there. Certainly we're at 410, so this is a buy, but just be careful there. We do want to see this jump above the 200 EMA on the daily. And certainly if you're a more conservative trader, we're looking to front run it here and getting it down in this value zone around here. You could add it here, but certainly you could add it on a break, retest, or a break of this line, and certainly a break here at 420. So somewhere in between here, I believe the long term could be a good value zone for Microsoft. I think they probably need a bit of a boost. And if I'm to lean one way or the other, I think the investors are sitting there looking at MicroStrategy saying, hey, why aren't we getting these kind of returns? What harm is it to buy a little bit of Bitcoin, add a little bit of Bitcoin to our balance sheet? I think that vote could go ahead there. So, of course, not financial advice, because I'm not a financial advisor. This is for education and entertainment purposes only. Are you not entertained? So there you go. So there we go. Okay, and then we're going to jump into, of course, MicroStrategy, which we've absolutely smashed this trade. I have to give another take profit level to the upside. I just have to keep extending the trades to the upside here. So as we can see, our next take profit to the upside is going to be around the $300 level. Of course, you can wait 300 and 360. Those would be the levels. I'm going to look to add those to the upside here. So we're going to add two more here. And I do think those are going to get hit, by the way. I do think MicroStrategy is going to go over $400 if Bitcoin cycle does play out as it usually has played out. This could be one of the great stock buys of this year. Next year too, we got in here on the tribal trades. I gave you those entries as low as $120 and $130 there. So that's how that one is working out pretty good. All right, the NVIDIA trade that we got in as low as 90. We took the profits at 130. Let's see how that trade is going on NVIDIA. So yeah, we are still there. Certainly, if you miss this trade, the 50-day moving average at 125. Again, as I've said on others, if we lose that level, have a stop loss, because we lose that level, it's a sharp drop down to 105. We could see a nice pullback there at some point there with NVIDIA, but certainly there's nothing there. We're just waiting for more take profits to the upside with NVIDIA. Palantir is the same thing. We hit our first TP level with Palantir. So certainly there we are looking to 41. And look, I've given you these levels and they've hit on the button. I can't be more accurate than what I've given you. Look at Palantir. I gave you 45 here on the cheat sheet, and it's hit 45 exactly on the button. I gave you this entry here at 28.30. That's the entry that it hit. There's the profit that you could be in if you'd taken those trades. Even with the MicroStrategy trade, by the way, there, I gave you that take profit there on the button, 268. Oh, I missed it by $3. Did I miss that by $3? Oh, 267. So I missed that by, actually, was it 260? Yeah, it was at 260. All right, so I missed that one by $7. Pretty close. But if you'd taken profit at 260, like it showed on the Tribal Trades trend line, there you are back. It's come back pretty much to the 1272 there at about 225. So if you did miss this trade, this could be an entry. It's a risky entry. Obviously, I don't condone But I mean, look at the 50-day moving average. It's all the way back here at $170 there. So certainly you had another opportunity to get in here. Certainly that could have been an entry here at the one on the Fibonacci at around $200. But certainly if you are getting at these higher levels, there's nothing wrong with buying higher than you could have and then selling even higher. Certainly just be careful and have a stop loss in there. If we lose this Fibonacci level there at about 226, that could be coming down a fair bit there. So just keep that in mind, especially with any Bitcoin pullback of any kind, which could happen on or around or before the election time there. For Bitcoin, NVIDIA, Palantir, we're looking at SoundHound and then Tesla, and then we're wrapped up. So SoundHound, here we are. How are we looking? 514. Again, we have come back to the 50-day moving average, 494. Below that, we got 471 on the 200 simple, and the 200-day EMA is 200 EMA on the daily is $4.53. So therefore, that's where we had that level. We're looking at the 200 EMA on the daily around this level here at about $4.50. Certainly, again, certainly you can jump in at these more elevated levels, $4.96. It is more risky just to have those stop loss underneath to stop out of the trade in case we do come down significantly to catch this level here. And certainly we don't want a death cross where the 200 simple comes above the 50-day moving average. That can be a lagging indicator, and they are moving towards each other. And so I would be actually very hesitant to get on at 494. For me, I would be looking more around this $4.50 level, which is on my cheat sheet, which is why I have those on my cheat sheet. And then Tesla, the gift that keeps giving. This is the gift that keeps giving. Certainly, $236 at a 200 simple moving average on the weekly time frame is where the 50-day moving average is. We're about to get a bullish cross above to the upside. So that 50-day moving average going above the 200 on the weekly. It already went. We already had a golden cross over here, and Tesla went up from 200 up to 260 when the 50-day. But also, as you can see here, we certainly don't want to see that 50-day. We certainly want to see that 50-day go over, and it does seem that is going to happen. And certainly, I wouldn't be surprised if Tesla comes down and retests the 50-day simple moving average there. It's certainly sitting at about 234. By the time it comes down and retests it, it could be more up around this 237 level, which is the 618 Fibonacci. So if you missed our Tesla trade, which we've absolutely smashed it over and over again, it keeps coming back and hitting that 225 level. This is our fourth entry here. So I think that could be a good place to enter Tesla, and then we'd be looking at getting out at the take profit at that 260 level here. I could kind of move this over here. I actually feel like I don't want us to be taking profit at 230. If we get it at 225, of course, if we get it at 185 and 205, certainly 230 does become that first take profit. But if we get into that 225, 260, then we got 315 on the table. But we have absolutely smashed this Tesla trade again and again and again. It is the gift that keeps giving. This is the level I'm looking at here around even this 200 moving average on the weekly could provide some support here at about 235 area here. So that could be a nice little entry for Tesla, somewhere around that 225, 230. But I certainly think it loves to keep coming down to this level here. We keep getting entries down here. And so that's what I'd be looking for to get. That's actually at 234 at the moment. So I may lift that entry on here and just make that update there. I think if we get anywhere between 225 to 235. But of course, this is just one entry. We don't put our dough on this here. We certainly can add others there as well. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed today's show. And always, until the next one, happy trading.